Welcome to the first of what I hope will be many battle reports, brought to you by G.I.T.S.U.M, gamers into tactical simulations using miniatures, a local gaming group in Arkansas and Tennessee. My name is Robotech, but I also go by Bugs. In this battle report, I will be playing the UEDF. I brought my usual mix of Valkyries and Destroids. I normally run Freeman and Dietrich, and in this battle I felt like trying something a little bit different by adding in Roy Filker. My opponent, J.M, will be playing the Centrati. One of the reasons why he likes to play them is because of the Officer Battle Pod, or as he calls it, the Necromancer. We're slowly getting used to this game, so some of the rules we definitely got wrong, but we did discover them during the match, so we are learning. This is Demolition, and in Demolition the defender places a bunker, and the attacker destroys it by the end of turn 5, he wins. If he doesn't, the defender wins. The bunker has 100 MDC per core force card that the attacker has. We, and by we I mean me, thought it was per force card. So as the attacker, I had 6 force cards, so the bunker would have 600 MDC. I was not looking forward to that. You can see where JM put his bunker. We mostly deploy behind buildings. JM is on the right side of the screen, and I am on the left. I felt pretty confident in placing my phalanxes behind buildings. They could safely launch their missiles at the bunker, not worrying about any fire coming their way. I would also have plenty of spotters for them. JM deployed Grell to the north, Ozoni to the south, and another squadron in the middle that does not have an officer battle pod. On turn 1, JM went first, and he moved his battle pods out. He moved them out to kind of protect the bunker. I was up next and activated my Destroids first. I sent some missiles at the bunker, at which point I realized that I had not upgraded my phalanxes with indirect fire, because I normally put Scorpio missiles there, for reasons that will soon become apparent. But because I had Fulcrum instead of my usual setup, I did not get the points for those upgrades, so my phalanxes did nothing on turn 1. My defenders and tomahawks, however, did manage to do a little bit of damage to the bunker, but I was really disappointed in myself. This terrain is Drop Zone Commander. It hasn't been changed or minimized or anything. It's just straight out of the box, and we find that it works pretty well. It's maybe a little bit out of scale, but not too bad. Highly recommend it. You don't really need to do anything major to change it, and the tiles, just awesome. Great price, and we get lots of compliments from everybody that comes around and sees it. So again, if you have a chance, if you can find it, get it. It's great for Robotech. If anything, we get lots of people come over and ask us about it, so it also brings people to want to play the game, so that's always good too. John Mark went ahead and activated his 2nd squadron up north and brought it to attack my Spartan that I had left out in the middle of the street. He had failed his command point to do his piloting skill to go faster, so he just didn't quite make it. He did a lot of damage to it. I spent a lot of command points to keep it up and going. I think I spent about 3 on dodges and anti-missile fire, all sorts of stuff just to keep him alive. The reason being was because I was going to use him to try and move forward and engage the north and hold them and keep them from flanking and doing a crossfire on my tomahawks and my defenders. I activated my Valkyries and moved them up into a firing position. They were in plane formation, so they were able to get some missiles off at the bunker. All 4 of them shot, and Roy Fulker as well, and 4 out of 5 were shot down by the anti-missiles of the bunker. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That's why I normally bring Scorpio missiles on my phalanxes. My afterburners kicked in. I turned to the right for most of the squadron, and I was trying to hide behind some buildings. Did not quite make it. It was pretty cool. I left him one out in the open with his rear to some battle pods. I call him Ben Dixon. John Mark just started watching the show, and he told me this as he pointed at that Valkyrie in the back and said, "That guy right there is not going to get home for his steak." Yeah, that sent great feelings towards me, because I did not want to lose a Valkyrie on turn 1. sure enough, he got a bunch of fire at that Valkyrie, did tons of damage, and I was just kind of distraught. So, I was down a Valkyrie, and it wasn't even the end of turn 1 yet. Not a good start for the UEDF. One Valkyrie down, a Spartan heavily damaged, and only about 30 mega damage applied to that bunker out of, about 120 that went towards it. Good times. However, as I said, we were learning the rules, and normally I don't run in close formation a whole lot. So I was reading through the rulebook while he was going through some stuff, and I realized, I could have split all the fire between the damage. I could have split between the other Valkyries that were there. So I was able to go ahead and do that, and he came back. Turn 1 is not a disaster any longer. It's still pretty bad, but we're going to keep going. I win the initiative for turn 2, and I like to get my Valkyries in motion. I need to get them out of harm's way so they don't get blasted again. I send the majorly damaged Valkyrie to create a crossfire with the intention of trying to kill Zonia. Roy sent some more missiles at the bunker. And of course the anti-missile system shot him down. Awesome. I was able to get some damage on Zonia and also the repair battle pod, but I wasn't able to really destroy anything. So turn 2 is just basically a continuation of the good luck of turn 1. J.M moved to shoot down some of those Valkyries. Artillery battle pods are the bane of my Valkyries. Probably not everybody else's, because I cannot make an anti-missile roll ever. At least with my Valkyries. They just tend to die. Valkyries are pretty cool. I mean, just from the show, they're pretty awesome. But they're actually pretty tough to use if your opponent knows what he's doing. And J.M knows what he's doing. As you can see, J.M is pretty good at getting those crossfires going on those Valkyries, carefully measuring, getting all of his squadrons in the right position, and just annihilates whoever got in there. Just as the Centrati should do. On the other side, my Destroids move up. They're supported by Fokker, but obviously he can't do anything since he's already activated. They blasted some battle pods that were trying to block the line of sight to the bunker. It did not really work since the bunker is taller than them, so I still had clear line of sight, and I was able to shred them with the Defender's air burst upgrade. If you got Defenders, get it. It's awesome at clearing out the battle pods that are blocking the officer battle pods. Or just getting rid of lots of them at once. 8 points of damage to everybody underneath that template? Yes, please. Phalanx has also launched their missiles, but they were shot down. Needing 6s because they were blast, but they were still shot down. Both of them. Come on! Only the Tomahawks really did anything to the bunker. They were able to get their cannons and some missiles in. And we were about at 90 mega damage to the bunker. Out of the 600 needed, and this was at the end of turn 2. This time I was getting pretty flustered, and not really flustered, but just a little like, wow, how can you possibly win as the attacker? So I reread the rulebook, and I've noticed the magic word, core. It's 100 MDC per core force card, not force card. So with that, it went from 600 to 200. Now it was back in the game. J.M, he was not as pleased, but he rolled with it. He's always a good sport, great player. But with about halfway there, with 3 turns to go, I think I had a shot. Cue the inspirational music. With me now so close to the end, getting that 200 mega damage to the bunker, G.I.T.S.U.M went full out on my destroids. He killed one Spartan, moved out, tried to kill the other one, could not quite make it. He also went ahead and caught a Valkyrie in a crossfire, eliminating it. Fulker's missiles were shot down again, but now the defenders had full rate of fire. That's 5 sharp shots with Freeman and rapid fire, as well as tomahawks. They were definitely doing the yeoman's work in this fight. Shortly before the battle ended, the camera ran out of juice. G.I.T.S.U.M did manage to kill more Valkyries, and basically only the Lieutenant and Fulker survived the fight from that squadron. At the beginning of turn 4, the bunker had 6 MDC left. There was no way he would be able to prevent me from getting those 6 points of damage, even with using command points to half the damage. So the final explosions of the bunker are not going to be seen here, which is too bad. It was pretty impressive. One of my Spartans did run up to take a shot at Azonia, but I first fired a phalanx at some battle pods, which drifted and drifted and drifted onto the Spartan and onto 2 other battle pods. Yeah, so lesson learned. Fire everybody first, then the phalanxes. And that ends the game with a victory for the UEDF. I hope you enjoyed this battle report. Hopefully the next ones will be a bit better with the camera work. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the G.I.T.S.U.M channel.